Hello, welcome to my video message for this week. I'm going to go over with you today the first part of Psalm 37, that wonderful teaching psalm of David that begins in the New King James Version with the line, "Do not fret because of evildoers." The King James Version starts classically with the line, "Fret not because of evildoers, nor be envious of the workers of iniquity." Fret not. That's an imperative, a command, a strong exhortation to us, a very important one. And I think the King James Version translators chose those words "fret not" because of its similarity to "fear not." Fear not, which we hear so often in Scripture, maybe more times than any other imperative in Scripture, we hear that line, "fear not." And here we have the imperative, "fret not." Let me read the first couple of verses here. "Do not fret because of evildoers, nor be envious of the workers of iniquity. For they shall soon be cut down like the grass, and wither as the green herb." Now, we straight away see here that the object of the fretting that we're not to get caught up in are evildoers, workers of iniquity. And we see in that second verse that it compares these evildoers, these workers of iniquity, these ungodly men. And I think perhaps it's better if we treat it that way today and look at this as being the ungodly in this world. The ungodly are likened in the second verse to the grass and the green herb. And it declares they shall soon be cut down like the grass and wither as the green herb. That's the sort of likeness that's being made, that they are transitory. And that's what's here in this psalm to encourage us to fret not. Let me just look at different ways of approaching those two words, fret not or do not fret. To fret not, the Holman's Christian Standard Bible translates it, "do not be agitated." I was looking at a number of different translations on this, and the one that really took my imagination was Rotherham's Emphasized Bible translation, which says, "Burn not with vexation." That's strong, isn't it? Burn not with vexation. We all know what it's like to feel that our souls are vexed by what's going on around about us. We see it often used in Scripture that godly men were vexed. Well, here we're talking about godly men being vexed by the ungodly and their behaviour. And we're looking here at how the ungodly are likened to the grass or the green herb, which today is and tomorrow it has faded away. The contrast to that is given us in Psalm 1, where the godly are likened to fruitful trees in a goodly location, enduring people. That's God's people. Let's carry on with this psalm and find the heart of the exhortation here, so we can get a clear idea of how we should be behaving in these days when it is so easy to start getting agitated about what people are doing. Verse 3 says, "Trust in the Lord and do good, dwell in the land and feed on his faithfulness. Delight yourself also in the Lord, and he shall give you the desires of your heart. Commit your way to the Lord, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. And he shall bring forth your righteousness as the light, and your justice as the noonday. Rest in the Lord, and wait patiently for him. Do not fret because of him who prospers in his way, because of the man who brings wicked schemes to pass. Cease from anger and forsake wrath. Do not fret, it only causes harm." So you see here we've come back in this psalm to this imperative, fret not. Do not fret. Verse 7 I read to you just now, "Rest in the Lord, wait patiently for him. Do not fret because of him who prospers in his way." I was looking at Matthew Henry's complete commentary, And he points out that what we have here is an exhortation about the way we're to approach these things. And he writes, let us compose ourselves by believing in God. Rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. Let us not discompose ourselves at what we see in the world. Fret not thyself because of him who prospers in his wicked way. So on the one hand, we're to let ourselves be composed by believing in God. On the other hand, we are not to let ourselves discompose. That's not a common word, is it, in modern English? But it makes a good opposite, doesn't it, to compose. We need to compose ourselves. We're not to let us discompose as we see what's in this world. How do we let ourselves compose? By believing in God. Rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. How do we prevent ourselves from discomposing at what we see in the world? Fret not thyself because of him who prospers in his way. So here we've got the heart of the application of this to our daily lives in the world as we're living in at this time, where people are doing things that would vex you if you let it, and here we're being told, let it not vex you. Burn not with vexation. How not be vexed at this? Well, rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. Get into his presence. Compose yourself in his presence. As your faith grows in him, as you're eased by him, you rest in him. You find yourself waiting patiently before him in that place of prayer, in that place where you're meditating, pondering his precious promises. You compose yourself in his presence. You take your eyes away for a time, and the longer the better at the moment. Take your eyes away from what's going on in the world, what is going on with the way wicked people are behaving, the way that unrighteous, ungodly men and women are behaving, and compose yourself before the Lord. Verse 8 then says, cease from anger, forsake wrath, do not fret, it only causes harm. I'm going to leave that with you for today. Read on in this psalm. It's a wonderful psalm. Take it to heart. Go over it so often that there are parts of it that you will know by heart, and it will be your strength in your daily life in these days. God bless you. Have a good week.